From the Southern States Athletic Conference headquarters in Atlanta, the last show of the season for the Showcase Spring Semester Style. John here, Nicole there, a lot of places to go and a short time to get there.
Yes, John, I can't believe it's already the last show of the season. So for the last show, we're going to give you your favorite stories. The Showcase starts right now.
The Southern States Showcase on Sports South is brought to you by Musco Lighting, Mississippi Gulf Coast, One Path Systems, and National Management Resources.
Welcome to the Showcase here in Atlanta, Georgia at Piedmont Park. Nicole Morocco here, John Nelson there. Last show of the season, so where are we headed first?
First stop is Franklin Springs, Georgia and Emmanuel College. You get to see Nicole and me go everywhere around the Southern States Athletic Conference every week, but we're going to focus on one school in particular and how they help out their students, perhaps take our jobs one day.
Coaches' shows are part archive, part recruiting tool, and part current affairs. At Emmanuel College, they add the dynamic of learning tool for the communications department. Teachers giving students a hands-on experience for the next step in their career tracks. It took a lot of effort to get to where it is today.
The communication department here at Emmanuel, we were able to really figure out a way to fit it in as far as, is this going to be a class? Is this a work study deal? Is this a workshop class? And we were able to settle on the fact that we made it a class, basically, to where students could get hands-on experience with shooting on set.
It's been a great, huge benefit for the athletic department, but also with the communications department by adding this class, and so it was a great way to combine athletics and academics.
The video workshop class gives students the opportunity to tell the story of the Lions for their time on campus. And for Ross, an Emmanuel grad, it's a chance to come back home and give back to the place where he got his degree.
It's been a real joy to see the students embrace the show, especially when they begin to see the end product. One of the things I did in class was I rolled our first show, and then I pointed out there and I said, wait, look, wait here. And then the credits rolled, and I said, look, there's your names. And that's when you really saw the light bulb go off. We were able to get past the aesthetics that we learned in the classroom, and we got on set and apply what we had really been learning, and to see their names and to see their faces, to really to feel like they're a part of something, and they have something, more importantly, to take with them when they leave the school.
Many parts of the Emmanuel community are pitching in. That even includes Leo Satara coming from the IT department to produce and help out in athletics, something A.D. Eaton is blown away by.
Approached Leo with the idea of actually shooting a show. He was excited about it, and one of the beautiful things about here at Emmanuel College is we have so many talented people right here on campus, and even though they might be doing a job that didn't have anything to do with the show, by finding those talents and hooking them up together, we were able to produce this show.
Emmanuel graduates may be in high demand with this new skill set. Reporting from Franklin Springs for the Southern States Showcase, I'm Scott Singer.
Thank you, Scott, very much, and thanks for making us look good all season long. That's the first story from Franklin Springs. Our next stop, Nicole, Montgomery, Alabama.
Yes, it is. We've been telling you stories of second chances all year long, and this is perhaps the best story of second chances. It's the story of Alan Moore. 61-year-old kicker Alan Moore joined the squad, and he immediately had a huge impact on everybody. Here are a few examples of what he meant to Faulkner University.
He kept things in perspective. You know, he knew he wasn't a star. He knew he was played a role on the team, and I think he stayed pretty grounded, quite frankly, considering all the media. We had 148 media requests from like 30 states, every single major cable sports network, every major CBS, ABC, NBC, everybody wanted to talk to Alan Moore, and I was the guy that got to deal with that, so I pretty much know how he handled it.
He was an incredible guy. You know, what was so crazy about it is that every week we had a major CNN to CNBC to ESPN to ABC, NBC news people on our campus with boom mics following around in the classes and the cafeterias, on the field at the games. And so it brought just a ton of notoriety to our school. And he had a lot of great stories, a lot of great experiences he shared with our team.
You would expect me to say it was different, but it really wasn't. He would just fit in right along with everybody else, joking around, you know. I mean, he just fit right in with us. It's kind of like he told us right from the beginning, just don't ever give up on your dreams of what you want to do one day.
So John, Allen is actually appealing the NAIA for his senior season, so we'll see how that plays out over the next few weeks. But where are we headed next?
We're heading to Cleveland, Tennessee next to catch you up on the story of one of the most decorated soccer players around. But we got to pay some bills first. The showcase continues, and then we'll pick up with the story of Jamie Acton after this.
When Fuddruckers opened in 1980, we set out to create the world's greatest hamburgers, built by you with all of your favorite fresh toppings. Now that we've succeeded, what should we do next? Guess we'll make some more. Fuddruckers, the world's greatest hamburgers.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
When Fuddruckers opened in 1980, we set out to create the world's greatest hamburgers, built by you with all of your favorite fresh toppings. Now that we've succeeded, what should we do next? Guess we'll make some more. Fuddruckers, the world's greatest hamburgers.
The number one can make or break a great game. One hit.
And it's going back. It is out of here.
One goal. One shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by one. OnePath, competitively connected. OnePath is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
Welcome back to the showcase. Moving on to the B block, and we are headed to Cleveland, Tennessee.
And to Lee University, where John Wilkerson catches us up with one of the most celebrated and decorated stars in soccer history in the NAIA. It's the story of Jamie Acton.
The numbers are staggering. Player of the Year for 2 seasons in a row. The first 4-time All-American in Lee women's soccer history. A first-team pick in 2008, 2010, and again in 2011, along with a second-team honor in 2009. Jamie Acton set 3 individual championship records and has been a part of 2 team records. She finished her season ranked top 30 in 8 offensive categories, including first in total assists and assists per game, 3rd in total points, 7th in points per game, and 10th in total goals. She also holds the NAIA's career assist record with 92. All this for a summa cum laude grad for her school, and her coach couldn't be more proud.
I think the fantastic thing about Jamie is that she's not limited to being just a good soccer player. You know, she is a fantastic student. She's a leader in the classroom, on our team, on campus. And she's an amazing artist, and so I think anything that Jamie endeavored to do in any field, she would be success at. But you know, fortunately for us, she chose to be a soccer player, and she went out and she's a 4-time All-American. She was a 2-time National Player of the Year. She was the 2-time SSAC Player of the Year. a two-time NSCA scholar athlete, a two-time NAIA scholar athlete, and an all-academic team member at the SSAC level as well. And so you can just look at all that success and you know she's an incredibly gifted individual. But I think the thing about Jamie that always stands out for me is that not only was she gifted, but she put her gifts to good use.
But for Jamie, it's all part of being one piece and one of the biggest successes in NAIA history.
It's a competitive environment, so sometimes it is hard, you know, to be friends, but I was able to do that with a lot of girls, and especially my freshman year was the most talented team I've ever played with. We had girls from Norway, Chris and Lynn, and girl Sandra, and she was international. We had Marina, who was Brazilian, and my sister. It was just a very quality team, and I cherished that year so much because, you know, those girls were just top-notch players. And since then, it's been the same quality and special players I've been able to play with, and girls like Leah Fortune and Claire Lanter and all those girls. They've just, you know, they're good players, and you don't get to play with those kind of players. You know, it's a rare occasion. So, and in terms of just them being my family, like, you just go through thick and thin with them, and you can't win national championship without your teammates, and definitely all the credit goes to us playing as a team.
But you ask one of those who has seen her grow both on and off the pitch, and the reaction is one of complete and total respect for someone who's accomplished so much in so short a time.
Our team was pretty good when she got here, but she sort of elevated to the next level. But, you know, 4 national championships in 4 years, twice National Player of the Year. She set the all-time assist record for the NAIA, and she's one of the most humble human beings you'd ever want to meet.
And playing word association with the university president about someone like Jamie was easy.
Terrific athlete, but a terrific student with gifts that she hasn't even fully developed yet. My
life was changed by coming to Lee. It's just an environment where they're always challenging you, and I mean, the way I describe it is just like the Spirit of God is on this campus. Like you go into class and you're praying with your teachers and you're talking about, you know, your life issues, but you're always bringing in that Christian value of just like what life's really all about. And I respect the president so much, Dr. Kahn. He did so much for our team and even supporting me personally. And I just think that there's very rare, very few times that you come to college and feel like you grew and you didn't really get lost in the things that a lot of college students get lost in. And I feel like I'm definitely a better person by coming to Lee, and I encourage anyone to come because it really did. It meant a lot to me, and I cherish my 4 years here.
Jamie Acton, simply one of the best the NAIA has ever seen. For Southern States Showcase, I'm John Wilkerson.
Thanks, John, for that story and all the work this year that you did on the showcase. And we also like to thank the folks at Lee University for all the updates that they gave us on all the activities of the Flames. That's it for the B block. What's up next?
Up next, we're headed south to Mobile, Alabama, where we'll tell you more about a volleyball player, so don't go away. The showcase continues right after this.
When Fuddruckers opened in 1980, we set out to create the world's greatest hamburgers, built by you with all of your favorite fresh toppings. Now that we've succeeded, what should we do next? Guess we'll make some more. Fuddruckers, the world's greatest hamburgers.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at NAIA.org.
The number 1 can make or break a great game. 1 hit.
And it's gone back. It is out of here.
1 goal. 1 shot. 1 second. When it comes to technology solutions, excellence is defined by 1 path, competitively connected. 1Path is proud to be the sponsor of excellence for the Southern States Athletic Conference.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
When Fuddruckers opened in 1980, we set out to create the world's greatest hamburgers, built by you with all of your favorite fresh toppings. Now that we've succeeded, what should we do next? Guess we'll make some more. Fuddruckers, the world's greatest hamburgers.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
Welcome back to the showcase. We've told you 3 of our favorite stories from the year. We have 2 more to go. What do we have in store for this block?
Next stop is Mobile, Alabama and Spring Hill College. And the thing about the NAIA is while it keeps a lot of local talent home for all of the schools that are involved in the NAIA, it also attracts international talent. We catch up with a story about a volleyball player who was attracted to Spring Hill and turned into a national talent.
I wasn't a very good retired person. I think I lasted about 4 months and all my friends were like, please go back to work. And I had an opportunity here at Spring Hill. You know, God works in mysterious ways, and I think it kind of saved me and maybe kind of saved the program.
After 33 seasons coaching volleyball at the University of Central Missouri, Dr. Peggy Martin really didn't have anything left to prove. She never had a losing season there and became the first Division II volleyball coach to earn 1,000 wins. In 2009, Coach Martin discovered that she couldn't stay away from the game. She brought her winning ways to her hometown of Mobile and Spring Hill College. This season, the Badgers gave Martin her 1,100th career victory, making her only the 3rd coach at any collegiate level with that many wins.
You know, it was about the players, and you know, 1,100, 1,101 probably doesn't mean anything to me personally, but the fact that we could do it here, that was kind of a big deal.
In fact, the 2011 season has been a big deal for the Badgers. They broke the program's longest win streak, and in September, Spring Hill cracked the top 25 poll for the first time in school history.
You know, you're not going into a tournament next weekend and people looking at the schedule and think, oh, that's just Spring Hill. Now they have to plan for Spring Hill. And a lot of that is due to the young woman we call Ting.
Ting Dao, or Ting as she is known around campus, has been a dominant factor in the SSAC ranks. The All-American right side hitter has received Conference Player of the Week awards multiple times this season and was even named National Player of the Week. Oddly enough, it's a fluke that she started playing volleyball in the first place.
My family, no one really plays sports. So my parents just won't send me to play badminton during one summer. I really have nothing to do, so I just started play badminton. Then after the summer, the badminton coaches tell me maybe you can try volleyball. I don't know, it's because I'm not good at badminton or whatever.
The combination of Ting and Coach Martin has been remarkable for the Badgers. Ting is actually the first international player that Martin has ever coached. She came to the United States 3 years ago with a strong understanding of volleyball, but she didn't know a whole lot about American culture.
I only knew a little bit English when I came to America, so Spring Hill is my English is not that perfect, but I understand basically things.
We were electing a captain, and she said, I think we just need to vote for one Peoples. And of course, everybody laughed, and then I said, no, we need to help her learn that we should be voting for one person.
Both Ting and Coach Martin agree they have learned a tremendous amount about the game and about life from one another. They are 2 members of this Spring Hill volleyball family that has experienced success because of its willingness to put each other first.
Our team motto, and we write it in Chinese, is surrender the me for the we. It's been a challenge, but it's been a really good feeling for all of us.
And thanks to Heather Kirksey for all the work she did this season on the showcase. I just have one thing to say to Heather. Rams, baby, Rams. Thanks for all the impact also with the folks down at Spring Hill and in Mobile for helping us out this season. That's it for the C Block. What's left?
Well, we've got one last story for this season, so make sure you come back. The showcase continues right after this.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Get in the game at playnaia.org.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
On the Mississippi Gulf Coast, the fish are still biting. Our casinos are as exciting as ever, with 24-hour gaming and top-name entertainment. Our golf courses are open for play, and our seafood is as fresh as ever. There's plenty of fun for you and your family, and we welcome you with open arms. The Mississippi Gulf Coast, open for business, open for you. Book your visit today.
Welcome back to the showcase. D block now, last block of the season, but we have one more story to tell you about.
And a lot of the stories we've done this year on the showcase have been about triumph over tragedy. And here's one more case of that, of someone who's an integral part of every game that he goes to and how he's overcome what happened and has turned it definitely into a positive.
When you watch a women's basketball game in the Southern States Athletic Conference, there are two guys you don't see who are best friends that get to watch what you're watching and make sure everything goes off without a hitch. Bill Stokes is the supervisor of officials. He has 40 years of officiating under his belt and is in his 9th year at the helm in the SSAC. He's seen everything on every level and has a load of stories to tell, like his first NCAA tourney.
I was selected to work the NCAA tournament, and somehow through a computer glitch, when it came time to actually work, my name was left off, and then somebody else got hurt right before the tournament started, and I got put into a game at Ohio State and went in to work that game at Columbus, and we walked into old St. John's Arena and working two-person crews back then. My partner and I go out on the floor before to start the ball game, and he looked up and we had like 14,000 people hanging from the rafters, complete sellout, and he stopped dead still and he looked at me and he said, "I've never worked before more than about 100 people." I said, "Then you're going to have a fun time tonight." And we did. It was a great experience. Fortunately, I got to move on, went on through the regionals, and was selected to work my first Final Four out in Austin, Texas, the University of Texas, this was in 1985. So that was a great experience.
But 9 years ago, Stokes was refereeing a WNBA title series when his life changed. The next 2 minutes are a lesson for all of us.
After the ball game, I have a foul on the baseline. I take it to a media timeout, walked over to the scores table, and a friend of mine out in the Houston area worked for the Houston Comets at that time as a scorekeeper, and I looked at him, and as you can understand, Houston in August equals hot. So I was just pouring sweat, and I looked at him and said, "Boy, I look like I could use some Gatorade, don't I?" He said, "Bill, you don't look too good." I said, "No, I'm fine." took a drink of water, and that's the last thing I remember for 4 days. They proceeded to tell me that I had dropped dead. They were able to shock me back, and I had 5 bypasses, and now I have a built-in defibrillator so that my heart gets out of rhythm, it fires and gets things going.
Stokes couldn't referee anymore, but his best friend, Joe Cunningham, has been there for Stokes and with Stokes every step of the way. 5 years later, Cunningham went through the same thing on his daughter's birthday.
We were out at our lake house, and I was cutting the grass, and next thing you know, I was in an ambulance going to Piedmont Hospital. And fortunately for me, they were able to treat it, and I take the requisite medicines and that, and have been able to continue without any effects of that. I'm just very lucky.
But to hear these two tell it, their time in the SSAC after these scares has galvanized and reinforced their friendship as they work with conference officials to continue their progressions to calling games elsewhere in the college ranks as they get more experience and feedback from two of the most experienced officials around.
SSAC has allowed us the opportunity to also develop some very, very, very good young officials. And Commissioner Patberg has been very supportive of helping us do that. He's very interested in that. We take great pride in teaching officiating to be done the right way. We don't believe that officiating and coaching always has to be an adversarial relationship. We think there's some bridges there that need to be mended. So we believe that our years of experience can help with that, and that's what we're trying to do now.
And I told him then that I was not going to continue to do this forever, and I wanted to, if he was interested, I wanted to kind of groom him to step in later on when he's no longer officiating, and that's what we've done.
So Nicole, it's great to see him active and being the integral part of every game that he has been in the past and will continue to be in the future.
Yes, it will. Well, that's going to do it for this season of the Showcase. We'd like to thank all the schools in the SSAC, the NAIA, especially you, the viewers, for watching. So make sure you join us next fall for the Showcase.